You know that scene in 1984, when everyone gathers in front of a screen to scream, curse, and completely lose themselves in rage toward an enemy they've never met? That's what George Orwell called the 2 minutes hate. It's one of the most unsettling moments in the book, and it says more about our world than we'd like to admit. Let's talk about how it works, what it means, and whether something like this actually happens in real life. So, first, is this kind of hate something that's taught from childhood? Absolutely. In Orwell's world, the party doesn't just control laws or jobs. It controls feelings. What you love, what you fear, and especially what you hate. Kids in 1984 are trained to feel loyalty to Big Brother and rage toward his enemies, often before they can even form their own thoughts. Children become little spies. They watch their parents, ready to report them for unorthodox behavior. They participate in the 2 minutes hate like it's normal, because to them, it is. When you grow up inside that kind of system, hate becomes automatic. You don't think about it. You just feel it. The party makes sure of that. Now imagine someone who wasn't raised in that world. Someone seeing the 2 minutes hate for the first time. Could they understand what's going on? Yes, but not completely. They might understand that it's a kind of emotional ritual, a moment of collective release. They'd see the rage, the yelling, the wild faces, and realize this is about more than just one enemy. It's about creating unity through hatred. But they'd also be confused. They'd probably wonder, why is everyone so angry? Is it real? Is it staged? And that's exactly what makes this so dangerous. The people who are in it don't ask those questions anymore. They've stopped seeing it as strange. But for an outsider, it's obvious that something's not right. Now here's the real question. Does this happen in our world? Not exactly in the same form, no. We don't gather in front of a screen every day for 2 minutes to scream at enemies of the state. But we do something that's disturbingly close. Think about social media. Every few days, someone becomes the internet's villain. Maybe it's a celebrity, a politician, or just some random person caught on camera. Suddenly, the whole timeline is filled with insults, jokes, memes, and anger, all pointed in the same direction. Everyone piles on. Everyone joins the outrage. It becomes a game, a spectacle. And if you don't participate, people wonder why you're silent. That kind of behavior might not be state-sponsored like in 1984, but the emotional effect is similar. It teaches us that hate is a bonding tool. So why only 2 minutes? Why not longer? Because 2 minutes is all it takes to spark emotion. Orwell understood that the human mind can be triggered quickly. You don't need a long lecture to make people feel rage. Just images, sound, repetition. 2 minutes becomes part of the daily routine. It doesn't have to be long, it just has to be intense. The short duration keeps it sharp, keeps it emotional, and avoids mental fatigue. People don't reflect in those 2 minutes. They just react. That's the whole point. You don't have time to think critically when you're screaming. Now let's say you try to introduce this to someone who wasn't raised with it, an adult, someone with strong opinions, maybe even some resistance to propaganda. Would it work? It would be a lot harder, for sure. People who've had time to build independent thoughts and values don't usually fall into line right away. That's why systems like the one in 1984 focus so much on children. Kids are easy to mold. But that doesn't mean adults are immune. Emotional manipulation works on everyone, it just takes longer with older people. If someone is isolated, angry, or looking for a group to belong to, even they can be pulled into something like the 2 minutes hate. You don't need to believe in the message right away. You just need to feel included. And once that emotional habit forms, it becomes hard to break. That's why Orwell's idea is so powerful. It's not about brainwashing in the traditional sense. It's about emotional rhythm. Make someone feel something every day, just for 2 minutes, and over time, that emotion becomes part of who they are. That's how the party wins. Not by convincing your mind, but by hijacking your feelings. The scary part is, we already see versions of this in modern society. Rage has become a performance. We see it in viral videos, in political debates, in comment sections. People aren't just angry, they're proud of being angry. And often, they don't even question where that anger came from. Was it earned? Or was it handed to them, like a script? The 2 minutes hate is powerful not because it creates enemies, but because it creates identity. It tells you who you are, by telling you who to hate. And when that becomes normal, when no one stops to question it, freedom disappears quietly. Not with violence, not with war, but with emotion. So next time you feel yourself swept up in outrage, take a step back and ask, is this really mine? Or is this something I was given? Because true freedom isn't just the right to speak. It's the right to think. And to feel on your own terms. Right finger if you found this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more content like this. This is J03, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.